Hello, welcome to my channel Rilany Creations. My name is Wendy, and the theme of today's tutorial is teardrop-shaped earrings. First, we'll learn how to make this 3-tier earring, and then we'll learn how to make this pro teardrop earring. Both of these earrings are pretty straightforward and are beginners friendly. To make this earring, we will use 22 gauge wire. I am using silver-plated artistic wire. I will include a link in the descriptions. As usual, always use a nylon plier to straighten your wires before cutting them. I already pre-cut 3 of them. I have a 1.5 inch, 1 3/4 inch, and 2-inch wire. We will start by using a round shaping mandrel to shape the wires into teardrop shapes. We will start by taking the 1.5 inch wire and placing it on the top of this mandrel here. You want to make sure that you are placing the middle of the wire on the mandrel, and then you pull each side. So if one side looks a little longer, you want to bend that side first, and then make sure that both tips touch each other, and that's how you form a teardrop shape. Next, we will take the 1 3/4 inch wire and place it on the second smallest circle on the mandrel, again making sure that the middle of the wire is on the mandrel before bending the tips together. Now we will take the 2-inch wire and place it on the third smallest circle on the mandrel and repeat the steps of forming it into a teardrop shape. Next, we'll take the biggest teardrop that we just formed and create a loop on each side of the wire. For the other 2 teardrops, we will only create a loop on one side, leaving one side straight. My teardrop shapes are looking more like a U now, so I'm going to reshape them a little with the mandrel. Next, I have 3 teardrop shaped crystals. The smallest one is 3 by 5, the middle sized one is 5 by 8, and the biggest one is 7 by 10. Next, we'll place the crystals onto these head pins so that we can hang them on the earring. Next, we'll cut off extra wires, leaving about 1/2 inch of wire to form a small loop. I am placing the wire on the tip of my round nose plier because I want to form the smallest loop possible. Now I will repeat those steps for my 2 smaller teardrop crystals. Okay, now we are ready to put everything together and form an earring, but of course we need an earring hook too. We are going to take the biggest teardrop crystal and place it in the middle of the biggest teardrop shape and put the second biggest teardrop shape through those loops. Now we will close the second teardrop shape by creating a loop on the side that we left open earlier. Next, we'll pretty much repeat those steps. We will take the second smallest teardrop crystal and place it in the middle of the second teardrop shape and put the smallest teardrop shape through those loops. Just like at first, create a loop on the other side of the smallest teardrop shape. This next step is slightly different, where we will put a jump ring through all the loops instead. Before we close the jump ring, we want to add the earring hook to the jump ring as well. Now we will close the jump ring. If it is hard, you can use 2 pliers to close it. And we are done making this earring. Let's move on to this pro earring. To make this, I am using Mandrel silver plated 20 gauge medium tempered round wires. Again, start by using a nylon jaw plier to smooth out the wires before cutting it. Alright, I have this pre-cut wire here. It is about 1.6 inches long. And I have a chain that is about 1.9 inches long, but instead of measuring it, I usually count the number of links. There are 27 links here, and you'll know why I count the links instead of measuring the chain later on. And the pro is 10 mm in size. We are going to use this round shaping mandrel again to form the wire into a U shape. To know what circle size to use, I have this trick here where I will place the pro through the middle of this mandrel to see where it lands. The pro landed here in this circle. Even though the pearl landed here, I will actually place the wire on the circle above that one to form my U shape. And just like the other earring, we will place the middle of the wire on the mandrel and pull the wires together. Since we are forming a U shape, we don't need to pull it all the way. And you will see that even though I use a smaller circle to form the U, the pearl is actually smaller than this U shape. This extra space will allow us to add the crystals. Next, we'll create a loop on only one side of the U shape, again using the tip of the round nose plier to create a very small loop. Next, I will add 10 2mm crystals to the U shape. The 2mm crystals doesn't always fit through the wire, so if it doesn't fit, then you might want to use a 22 gauge wire instead of a 20 gauge wire. This is why we added a loop to one side so the crystals don't fall out, and also we can put the crystals through the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to add the crystals through the wire, and once I have added all 10 crystals, I will create a loop on the other side. Oftentimes, the materials I use for my tutorials are not expensive since they are for a tutorial. So I have here a fox pearl. I will provide a link to it in case if you want to use them because the hole size is really big and I'm able to fit a chain through it. It's actually not easy to find beads with big hole sizes, and that's why I like to use these pearls for my tutorials. Next, I will use my 20 gauge wire to create a jump ring. To make a jump ring, you want to place the wire on a round nose plier and turn it all the way around to make a full circle. Here I made 2 circles because I want to make 2 jump rings, since I will need 1 jump ring per earring and I want them to be the same size. We are going to take a jump ring and connect both ends of the chain to it. Add the earring hook and then close up the jump ring. Next, we'll add the U to the chain. Start by opening up one of the loops on the U. For the length of my chain, I am going to place the U on the 9th link here. And this is why I count the number of links instead of measuring my chain. I want to place the U on the same number of links on both sides. Here I am double checking that I placed it on the 9th link. I'm going to repeat on the other side by opening up this loop here and then counting the 9th link here. Once we close the loop, we'll be done with the earring. To clarify, the reason why I did 27 links is because I want 9 links on each side, and the pearl is also sitting on 9 links, which makes my triangle consistent in all sides. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like these earrings. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I will see you next time. Bye!